We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that. We don't know if it was a commercial aircraft.
12 miles to the east of Denver is the scene of a shooting this morning. Police there were called shortly after midnight.
What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing.
And it's a drone. It's a drone. I mean, this is just literally a drone flying. I mean, big thanks to Hans Zimmer for the soundtrack to this excellent expose of this brand new, never before seen technology of a drone with a box on it, which will be flying to Mars in 2020 when they send their next remote control car over to Mars, because this is what they like to do. They like to, you know, put out this useless, absolutely pointless garbage and push the dates forward and forward and forward and forward, so nothing ever actually happens and nobody actually asks any questions like why, what is even the point of sending a drone to Mars? Why are we sending more cars and more drones over to this random planet that is totally uninhabitable by humans? It's not possible. It's just a joke. Even if it were real, that's saying that. And you know what? When I see things like this, it just makes me wonder, how is it possible that people can believe that it's impossible to fake Mars? They're literally doing it now. I mean, it's intentional now. They're like, it's obvious now, right? They're doing it as like a demonstration. This is an example of what Mars, but this is exactly what Mars looks like anyway, when they show you the real footage of it. So how is it impossible to fake when they're doing it now? They're doing it in front of you, and just like they could use this same footage and say it was genuine footage, NASA footage from a rover, and nobody would bat an eyelid.
Even before we got to Glenelg, we began to see slabs of a rock called a conglomerate. By studying the size of the pebbles within the conglomerate, and by noting how rounded they had become, the team was able to conclude that they were carried by water ankle deep to hip deep, flowing at about walking speed and extending for at least a few miles. Curiosity actually set her wheels within an ancient stream bed.
And that's just how indoctrinated people have become, you know? I mean, they just show you a couple of rocks on the ground and tell you it's Mars because it's a little reddish brown. And people are like, well, yep, there you go, proof positive. How could the Earth ever possibly be flat when we have such conclusive proof that these red little rock pebble things are from another planet? You know, they thought they had remote control cars over on Mars in 1997, man. This is what y'all believe, man. This is just how it is, man. And, like, what would even be the point? Like, I never understood what would even be the point of going to Mars in the first place. Trying to live there. Like, why would you live there? Like, what? I'm going to go to the government. Look, I need $20 billion a year for 50 years so that I can start a colony on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. They're going to be like, why would anyone want to live in the Atlantic Ocean? I'll be like, look, I'll terraform it. Don't worry about it. You know, I'll make it kind of livable. You'll have to wear weird kind of suits and everything will be pressurized and it'll be just really, really difficult to do and tedious. But I need $20 billion a year to eventually say I'm going to do it. But first I'm going to send a whole bunch of remote control cars and a little submarine, a unmanned submarine down there, and we're going to check out the location for a few decades, and then we'll think about making the town down there a place that is going to be fucking impossible for anyone to actually live in. Does that make, like, there's no sense to this at all. Even if it was real, it doesn't make sense. But people are just indoctrinated, man. People just accept what they're given as fact. Also, when you look at this supposedly real footage and real pictures of Mars, how is it possible that it is that bright? Think about the distance from Mars to the sun, right? To Mars, the sun is going to be like a large star. So how is it lighting up the sky like this? That's surely impossible. And they will never show the sun in the Mars sky. They can't do it because they would just get it wrong. You know, there's too many mistakes to be made doing that. The whole thing is a joke, man. The whole thing is a joke. Anybody who can't see it's a joke by now really needs to wake up, man. You just need to wake up, man. It's a joke. It's a joke, man. You've been taken for a ride, people. It's just the way it is. Red Flag Media, I am out.